Okay, so I'm Andy Newall. I'm the owner of Jai Dee Muay Thai in Hertford. Sounds a bit of a cliche, but Muay Thai is my life. I'm 100% committed to the art. It's what I do every day. There's not a lot of time I don't think about Muay Thai, and you know it's improved my life massively. It saved my life. I know it sounds cheesy, a bit of a cliche, but it literally has. Used to fight years ago. Now, obviously, my attention is on coaching. So back in Manchester, when I was 13, I was always a massive fan of martial arts movies. I knew I wanted to do a martial art. I was just lucky enough one day. I was out in the town centre, and I see a poster, and it had a picture of a Thai kicking another Thai with a high kick, and it was advertising my gym that I ended up being part of for 15 years. I went along to my first session and I was completely hooked. Never looked back. Trained every day after school and completely threw myself in it and was totally committed to the art. Fell in love with it instantly. So after retiring from fighting, I had a little bit of time out from the sport, kind of fell out of love with it for a while. Moved down south from Manchester, started a new family down here, and I started PTing at a local gym. Introduced a little bit of pad work to some of my clients, and I could see how much they loved it, and it kind of rekindled my love for the sport again. Before long, I was completely packed out. I was the busiest PT in the gym. Everyone wanted to train with me. I couldn't fit everyone in. And a friend of mine who does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he came to me and asked me had I ever considered opening my own gym, and the rest is history. So as a gym owner, it's hard to kind of balance trying to run a business and run a successful fight team. Obviously, you're faced with financial challenges every day. You've got to bring money in, put bread on the table, and unfortunately, being a coach of fighters, the financial side of that isn't always as rewarding as it should be. So I've got to balance making money and paying the bills, and obviously still pursuing my passionate side of it, which is to build fighters. So as I was saying before, Muay Thai has literally been life-saving to me. It completely changes your life for the better. I'd like to think that my fighters who have invested their time into the sport and trusted me in coaching them to the level they're at, I'd like to think I've had a big impact on their lives. I would say that some of them were a little bit lost in life, maybe going down the wrong path, and I'd like to think that I've kept them on the straight and narrow, so to speak, gave them a little bit more of a purpose in life. So I've got Michael Clark, who's fighting for a British title this year. He's been an excellent student of mine. He's incredibly knowledgeable. He coaches at the gym also. I feel like he's not yet shown everyone actually how good he is. So the best is yet to come from Michael. I'm very excited for him to fight A-class and have massive success, as I know he will. Morgan's 5-0, Morgan Bennett. She just gets better with every fight. She's got a relentless kneeing style if you've ever seen any of her fights. And as I say, it's been brilliant coaching her from being a young girl, seeing her come in here, confidence has grown, and she just gets better every fight. Jacob, also, I could say that about all my fighters. They blow me away with the progress they make. Jacob had an incredible year last year. He won the Muay Thai Grand Prix Intercontinental title out in Portugal against a very dangerous opponent. Stopped him in the 4th round. He beat Arthur Mayer, who's a French veteran. Took that fight on late notice. Massive underdog. Went out there to France and beat him. which is just incredible. Again, the best is yet to come. Their understanding and passion for the sport is huge. And then of course I've got Alfie, who's 13 and now. I've only been training just over 2 years. I mean, it's just outstanding what he's achieved in that short space of time. I took Alfie out to Thailand last year, Alfie and Morgan, and as I knew he would, he completely fell in love with the country, immersed himself in it, lived out there for 3 months, and his knowledge, passion just went through the roof, and he's going to go back in the next couple of weeks, so the sky's the limit for Alfie, on all of them to be honest. So the training is obviously very difficult. I just try and emulate the training that I've received myself in Thailand. I did a big stint out in Thailand when I was young, when I was 19. Lived out there, lived at a camp. I was the only foreigner there for a long time. Fought out in all the stadiums, and just always try to keep my style of training as close to how they train in Thailand as possible. They go through hell and back basically. Yeah, so Muay Thai, you know, it's not a massive sport. It's a very small, tight community, really. I'm not a believer that you should be friends with everyone, but we do have some gyms that we're very close to. Jack Kennedy's Imperial gym. When I go back up north to visit my family, I always go and see Jack. Me and Alfie have been up there and trained with Jack a few times, so really close with Jack. We've got a good bond. Our style's quite similar in our teaching and what we like, so we kind of just gel straight away. I'm also very close with Simon Forrest and Dave Fenston as well, so their fighters regularly come down to spar. I hold pads for Simon and some of his fighters. Kieran from Dave's is a regular down here too, so I just think if you've got a few gyms that you're close to, you can only help each other grow really. So yeah, Kieran's a great sparring partner for Michael, so them two hoping to work together more in the future and just help.